All right, let's do it live on a Thursday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. The kid's ready. Look at you. You're like, it's like in between rounds for you right now. Mirlibo, the great Z. You're in. You just
Where's
did
my
3
corner
minutes?
man?
I got to get those little ice things on you.
Dude, I sat down.
Spray in your mouth.
I probably need. There's a lot I need right now. There's a lot I need. It was a little.
Dude, it's
been a crazy day. I'm going to quote Gibbe, it's been a day.
It's been a day.
And it's a get out of town Thursday for you guys. It's get out of town Thursday.
So same for you. You just have to go south on 71 tomorrow.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, we had today started off with a little nothing. Everything's fine, but a little. Luka got a little banged up. He's fine.
A little banged up.
Yeah, a little bang, little nail clipping gone awry.
Oh,
but
that always made me so nervous.
But he's fine now, so he's good.
Were you at the controls or Miss K?
It was.
It doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter.
It just matters that he's fine, which he is. But it was been a little bit crazy, and then raced in here, and we're doing a bunch of recording things, and then they're like, "Hey, we got this whole new video series we'd like you to do in one take.
You get time.
10 episodes of," which I just sat in your chair and did. And then now we have other things. So I may be here, then I may be gone, maybe back, may not.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Hashtag respect the show.
I don't know what is going to happen, but
I don't know.
While I'm here, you're going to get my best.
It's funny at that age when there is a mishap, they're almost like salamanders. Like something will happen and then it grows back in like 6 seconds. They heal so quickly.
It's amazing. I mean, I wish we could have amazing. That. I feel like why haven't we like harnessed that?
I don't know. They just do though. Like any sort of mishap. And they right back at it.
Yeah, like
They're
and
fine.
I cut this finger off when I was young and it grew back. So there you go.
How'd you do it?
Spring-loaded folding chair.
Boy, those were something you feared.
Then I
Who
went up, lopped it at my babysitter's, lopped right across the bottom of the knuckle, which is I remember I've showed you. I've done this fun little game for everybody.
Yeah,
look, it's so much shorter.
Yeah.
And it's like weird. The fingerprint's like up under my nail. It's all jacked up, but it grew
back.
It
all work, and the nail's all good, and everything's good. Yeah. Those spring-loaded chairs, there was a warning, no warning sign on those.
Dude, something is
crazy,
ludicrous.
Got through it alive, man.
I mean, the force that chopped my finger off. I mean,
somebody thought that was a good idea to make that a chair.
As a wee lad. Well, I mean, they're like, you got to spring it down, and then stuck in there. But
you'd get that sometimes with the if you had one of those couches that had the bed in it.
Oh yeah,
and you'd pull that sucker out, and then it had it was like razor sharp on all edges.
Careful,
jeez, yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's like
easy, boys. Easy,
that was one of my dad's great parenting moments. They weren't like seeing me quick enough after the finger got chopped off, and he's like, "I've got his finger." Some profanity in there, and my pocket. And then slammed it on the desk in front of them, and they were like, "Whoa!" And then
did they sew it back on?
No, they said no. It'll grow back.
Too late. It'll grow back. Did you know? I would not have known that now.
No, but I remember I got to go, and this is something the kids today don't get to do. When you like, Luca will never get the joy of this if something sad or happens. Where, all right, we go to the hospital. You're good. Now we're gonna go to Toys R Us, and now you're gonna be like peeled. Because you are by walking into Toys R Us, knowing that you kind of have like carte blanche right now. Like, I want that castle, and I remember what I wanted.
I know.
I remember to this day. Said, I want that castle.
Yeah.
Well, you lost your finger today. You got it.
There are.
Wow, I got a Hot Wheel car. You got a castle?
You did lose a finger.
I mean, I chopped my finger off from the knuckle.
That's a pretty significant loss.
When did you do that?
That's a big loss.
I biffed. I sliced my entire chin open.
How?
On ice, because I was dumb in a parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm a victim.
I was like kindergarten
of a chair at a babysitter's.
Bootsy has very little obstacles in his and very few things that haven't gone his way. But one of the incredible sliding doors moments is if he would have been alive when Toys R Us were alive.
Oh, I would have loved to just watch him.
It just
bounce down the aisles.
He couldn't even. There's like NBC remembers
Arden and
Toys
Boots
R
are
Us.
the last ones that really, I think, that kids in high school now are the last ones that really had it.
Yeah. Pade has a good memory of it. I remember I would take him, and he would just be, but the zest that Bootsy would have had at Toys R Us, like he gets all jacked up about Target. That's 3 aisles. Like he has no idea.
It's the whole store, brother.
He has no idea. He has no idea. We took Peyton to FAO Schwartz, the one off of Central Park.
Yeah.
When that was still open.
Yeah.
And I don't think it is anymore. I think it's long since been closed.
From
we
Big?
Were there.
Were you on
yeah, that one. Yeah, we took him in there. That place blew my mind.
So
good. So good. All right. We got a practice squad.
Do you know that we're a week away from the first NFL game?
So college football, big slate of college football games tonight. Massive weekend.
Huge.
For it. They're playing the hits. It occurred to me last night as I was driving back from NBC's game that this is Labor Day weekend, and this is what tends to happen to me. And you and I talk. You too. You're in this grind of like camp and business, and all of a sudden it's like it's Labor Day. Normally, you get a little bit of respite, and that's nice. But then you're right into week 1 college football, and then right here next week we got Eagles and Jarrah.
Before you know it, people are going to be wearing costumes. Halloween. We're going to give thanks. Christmas.
Blink.
Transformative turkey.
All
Yes,
of those things.
this is all.
It's all happening.
Yep.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. Yeah, it happens very, very
Full
quickly.
speed
We're
ahead.
going to
too.
London.
Oh my god.
We're going to London in like 6 weeks.
What?
That's crazy. Did you end up watching an ep? Did you further your
Yeah, we watched 4 and then a little into 5, and we're talking about America's team.
Yeah.
First of all, like the story of Charles Haley almost decapitating Jerry Jones with a helmet that then stuck into the wall. And I like how Jerry phrased it. He's like, let's not do something that neither one of us are going to be able to move past.
Yeah.
Or that both of us won't be able to move past. I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty good. But it's funny. I came out of that. So it's where they get to the point that, Jimmy and Jerry split. And then Barry Switzer comes in, and then I didn't realize he didn't get to bring in anybody on his staff. They just made him the head coach. All these guys are like talking trash about him behind his back. He's kind of like a figurehead. He's like punching the guy who's interviewing him, was all mad about it. But the 2 speeches, like where Jerry and Jimmy are standing there, they're holding Lombardi literally on the night of winning the Super Bowls. Both times they said, what's the most important thing that you did to help you get here? And Jerry says, hiring Jimmy Johnson after the first one.
Yep.
And then after the second one, he goes, this is all because of Jimmy Johnson again.
He does it twice. Yeah.
And Jimmy Johnson still didn't feel appreciated enough.
Crazy.
I mean, they're doing sit-down interviews. Do you respect his football acumen? And he's
Right
like,
next to each other.
Right next to each other. He's like, yeah, as an owner. But like, he shouldn't know as much as a coach. He's an owner. I just thought it was nuts.
It's crazy.
And
how
then
he was so worried about like Jerry wasn't giving him. Maybe because Jerry had final say on this, like we don't
But
see another
Jerry
side of it.
gave him
but it was
publicly
public.
all the praise.
All the praise publicly.
Best thing I ever did was hire Jimmy
Yeah.
Johnson.
Oh yeah.
And then they go and they're at Norv Turner, Dave Wanstedt, and Jimmy Johnson are sitting having a drink. Jerry walks by and
Cheers, boys.
cheers to this Dallas Cowboys. And Jimmy Johnson sits there and mean mugs them.
Yeah.
And then after that's it. He's like, I'm firing this guy. I don't care.
And I don't blame him.
No, at that point to me, that's way
crazy.
egregious. Because you're doing it. It's not like it was he walks by and sees Jimmy alone. You're doing it in front of 2 of the prominent coaches on the football team.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a total, and to me, it just felt like a total like lame move by Jimmy. I totally am on Jerry's side. And then at Jerry's side, listen, we had so much talent here. 500 people could win it. So then Jimmy's like, I'm done with it. And then Stephen Jones like, you guys are going to get in a room. You're going to do what you need to do, and we're going to make this all work. And they win that room, and that's it. He's gone. And then he hires Switzer. And while they don't win it the next year, they still were very good.
Yeah.
And then they win it in 95. So like,
Ken was right.
and Jimmy was unsuccessful.
No, in Miami
Elsewhere.
was not. No, there was something in that special sauce. You're gonna like how it all comes together. But I had a similar
I was just like,
kind of floored.
I don't
by
know how Jimmy Johnson could watch that, and you realize how long it took, and we were like, oh, he should be putting him in the Ring of Honor. Like, so I didn't know all the back, and it had to be way worse in private. If he was
Yeah.
going to do that publicly, it had to be way worse in private.
Yeah.
And now they're arguing over who came up with the idea to trade Herschel Walker. Like, whose idea was that actually?
Right.
And he's like, well, it was the guy that was here before you were even here that
Right.
actually said, we have one good player, maybe we should trade him for some more assets.
Yeah. Tex Schramm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't believe Jimmy Johnson. I mean, Jimmy Johnson could have been there for a decade.
Oh, my God. And they would have won
More.
much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they could have had the continuity the whole time. Because, as you see, when Switzer comes in, the big change is the change for Aikman. That's the big switch for him.
Yeah.
And him and Barry went back to Oklahoma because he got him to sign at Oklahoma out of high school because Troy's an Oklahoma kid before eventually transferring to UCLA. So there was bad blood in the water there long before he ever got to Dallas. It's great, though. It's very good. If you haven't checked it out, please do so, and you won't regret it. We do have the work week in the books here, kids.
Yes.
The work week is in the books. Our guys are off this weekend. They're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, it is Bengals week. It's really one of my favorite things. I'm guessing everybody who is in brown and orange that played for Ohio State will be down on the field on Saturday in Columbus. I'm guessing I wonder if our guys who played at LSU will get to Clemson. Probably not. He probably wouldn't go to South Carolina. Our Clemson guys will go home for that one.
I want our guys to go there and be like Quinchon.
Q, let's go. I wonder if he'll be there. I wonder if he'll be in Columbus.
I would think. Why wouldn't he be?
You'd think he would be, but we haven't heard anything from him in a long time on any front. So I don't know, but you would think that
that's
he would
all
be
I
there.
want. I'm just saying my ability to just
have
try
Dewan
to,
and Mike Hall
will
and
it.
those guys just go up there and go, dude, let's go.
Denzel,
Let's go.
Baker. How many guys do we have on this roster? Whipler, Dewan,
Rocket Hickman,
Denzel,
six of them.
Baker.
Yeah, is that six?
Feels like it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
go.
That's the fun weekend. We had 6 more signed to the practice squad. Logan Brown, tackle. We talked about Malachi Corley yesterday. He comes over from the Jets. A couple of interior offensive linemen, Garrett Dillinger and Cole Strange. Adufuan Ulofusio.
This is a tough one. I saw this and I was like, oh, man.
Ed
Fuan.
Edefuan.
Yolofosio.
That's
Eulofosio. Is it U? Y-O-O is more than yo. Wouldn't yo just be Y-O?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably you. But then phonetically, it should be Y-O-U.
Just put Y-O-U. Eulofosio.
Eulofosio.
Yeah, that's... Fosio.
Are you kidding? That's pretty good.
Fosio.
Bailey Zappi into the mix as well. So we just talked about him yesterday.
At Western Kentucky.
Yeah, with the
Outrageous
statistical
accumulation.
And didn't he quarterback who?
For Corley.
But here.
Yeah, he quarterback last game of last season in Baltimore.
But what was the game he quarterbacked against us?
New England Patriots.
New England Patriots
Smoked
winning
us.
here
Threw for
with
300
him.
yards, yeah.
That's right.
It was your annual family trip.
That's
it was
right.
A bloodletting.
That was, yeah. It was Beamsy's birthday.
I got to be honest with you. These are no scores. I have 0 scores on this.
Yeah.
Because I've been tending to a great many other things and didn't have a chance to procure any scores on this one. I was shocked when I saw that we signed Bailey Zappi to the practice squad.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming.
No. The only thing that I can possibly think is that maybe they think he could do scout team Burrow better, and maybe they have a development plan for Shador and Dillon so that they're getting certain work that they don't have to worry about like non-Brown scout team stuff. That's the only thing that I could think of, because otherwise it made me I was very surprised.
Well, what you just thought of is the most sense that I can make of it, because I was in the same spot. I didn't understand, but what you just laid out, there's some sense to be made with that. That
if that's it,
if that's it, we
if
don't
they
know.
say actually no, that you're dumb. That's not what it is.
Good. It's
then
a play. I don't know.
Okay. Well, then no, I don't get it.
Entering 4th season out of Western Kentucky, originally selected by the Patriots in the 4th round, 15 NFL games, 9 starts. Last season, he started 1 game for the Browns. He will wear number 11. It was the finale, as Z mentioned. 9 starts, maybe just some experience behind Joe. 4 seasons in the league, would know how to prep a quarterback.
That's the other part of it. I thought that maybe he's a guy that, because he's been in the league, knows how to do the weeks of the prep. That was the other thing I thought. It was either a scout team thing or it was he understands the job in terms of how to get Joe Flacco ready and if he's breaking down third down. Like, he's done it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so rare that you have 2 backups on your roster, both rookies.
Yes.
So that was the only other thing the only other conclusion I could get to is some combination of what you just said, and then
I feel like it's got to be some combo of those two things. Or
Yeah.
just one of but
either one
must
really heavily
lie
weighted.
in that, in that.
That's got to be it. That's got to be what that is. So are we done then? Do we have our list? Are we good? We got full roster, full everything.
Yeah, the
Are
one
we
thing
still
I was
waiting
wondering
on
though
things?
is if we were going to see any number changes.
Who would be up for that?
Well, 8 is now open, right?
Dylan wore 8.
Right? Because Kenny was an 8. I think that would probably be the big one.
All right, so here's what's open.
What was D-Hop?
7.
There you go.
7 and 8 are both pretty
Those are big
key.
numbers.
Delpit wore 7 at LSU.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd switch out of 9 though now.
No.
So right now, 1 is open.
Well, that's MJ.
Oh yeah, active roster. I need total roster. I'm on our site. Yeah,
If
that's
you,
right.
if you
MJ
scroll
is
down,
1.
he'll be there. Yeah, it just won't show up right where you're.
So 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Is 10 open? No, 10's Quinshon.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
7 and 8 though.
So
Those are
7
kind
and
of
8.
prime numbers.
Yeah. And Dylan did wear 8 in college.
Yeah.
So I don't, who knows about that. And then 7 is a money number.
And what's Dylan in right now?
5.
Right. So he could go off a 5. Quinshon could wear. Didn't Quinshon wear 5?
Quinshon wore 4.
4
at Ohio State.
Okay.
Or no, he wore
wore
1 at
1.
Ohio State. He wore 4 at Ole Miss.
4, okay.
4 at Ole Miss.
1
yeah.
plus 4 is 5.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, 4 at Ohio State was Jeremiah Smith. So he wore 1.
That's right.
Last year. Wore 4 at Ole Miss. Yeah, so theoretically, he could, if he was here, he could move. Because wasn't he wanting a single digit, but there weren't any available, so he took 10, but then he's like, I'm owning 10. Was kind of the thinking there. But, again, he's not currently here, so you can't worry about any of those things.
I imagine, though, somebody wants to slide into 7 and 8.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of going through to see, who would want to get in there that, would Dylan Sampson at 22, would he want to go to a single? There's nobody else I see in the secondary. And then
Dylan Sampson wore 6, it looks like.
at Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I mean, he would be a single digit guy. I don't know if Kevin would give that to him with the all the interest in the single digits. Isaiah Bond would want one for sure. I mean, he would for sure want one. He's an 81.
81's a pretty solid receiver number.
It is, but all the kids want single digits now, man.
81's a solid receiver.
I like 81. I like 80. I like 88. I think all those are cool. 84 is pretty cool.
Well, Dylan's in 5.
That's what I said. He's
Yeah,
in
so
5, so he could go to 8.
Right, which could open 5 for somebody. But I'm saying he's a rookie.
Yeah.
So he was able to get it.
But typically, doesn't he normally just do that with quarterbacks?
Probably.
In the old day, when we first got the ability to use singles, a lot of our guys went to him and like, can we switch? And he's like, no. You cannot switch. So a lot of them were in those to begin with, but now maybe that's loosened up a little bit.
Schlesinger would look sweet in a. I don't think he's allowed to though. I don't think linebackers are allowed to be in single digits.
Yeah, linebackers can be in single
they?
digits. DNs can't be.
He'd look pretty sweet in
Yeah, I think he's.
7. I like 49 for him though.
I think
It's
49 for
meaningful.
him fits because of all of the story behind it. But yeah, there's usually a race to numbers.
81's a good number for Isaiah Bond.
I agree.
81's a good number. 81, 84, 80, and 88 are all good receiver numbers.
So he wore 7 at Texas. That's what I was thinking. Bond did, and it's available.
I think that's when you come in under his auspices, it's like, all right,
Yeah,
we'd love you to wear it, but show me some.
Not yet.
Show me something.
Isaiah Bond at Alabama wore 17.
Okay.
So 17 at Bama and 7 at Texas is what that was. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's what you're kind of waiting for on all of that, and then you get to work. And so this team will hit the road. This is the free weekend, and away you go. And it's a break for the NFL. I mean, it's been heavy news. Today you're going to get, some roster stuff that's finalized or starting to get more crystallized, and then you're off. And this is the college football weekend, and college football is playing a ton of hits this weekend. We're going to have 2 first-round picks next year. You're going to see guys this weekend. If this is the only weekend you watch college football all year, it's going to give you a hell of a jumping-off point.
Yeah.
Because it is – you have, even tonight, there's fun stuff tonight. Several Big Tens are playing.
This is a big
tonight.
week. Like
Wisconsin, Rutgers, Minnesota, and Nebraska all open tonight. Nebraska opens in Kansas City and Cincinnati. So that's all tonight. There's some good games tomorrow. I think Colorado plays Georgia Tech. And then this is every window starting at noon Saturday. Like if you just want to watch one marquee game, noon Ohio State, Texas, 3:30 Alabama, Florida State, 8 o'clock Clemson, LSU. Sunday, 3 o'clock South Carolina. That's Lenora Sellers. They're hosting Virginia Tech. Sunday late is Notre Dame, Miami. And then Monday night is TCU, North Carolina, Belichick's debut.
Yeah, and then next Thursday you have the NFL season kickoff.
boom.
Friday in Brazil, Saturday college football, Sunday NFL, Monday NFL.
Yeah, it's on.
Like, we're going.
Yeah, it's on.
It's going to be a big 10 days.
This is going to be – there's going to be a lot of stuff coming your way. I do like – and I'll tell you, it's going to change. It's going to change. College football is going to start last weekend instead of this weekend. So they're going to get 2 weekends in before the NFL comes on schedule. Because they have to make the calendar work. But I do like the natural progression of Friday Night Lights having their own first weekend, college football starts, and then the NFL enters the fray a week later. I like kind of how that all shakes out.
Yeah.
I'll miss it when it goes away.
Yeah.
It is going to go away.
I just worry – the one thing I worry about for college, and obviously you could say, well, it doesn't affect the NFL, but I think it was one of the things that was so great about college, and we saw it last year honestly go away.
Yeah.
To a degree, which is that every week matters.
Well, I'm dealing with that with the game I've got in less than 48 hours in Columbus because
doesn't matter.
It's like the greatest exhibition game ever played. I mean, there's never been an opener in college football like this one. Number 1 versus number 2, defending national champions. The 2 hosting the 1. Like you've never had anything like that in the history of the sport. That's not hyperbole. That's fact.
And in a way, the playoff, just the advent of the playoff beyond 4 teams, I think has taken that away.
Well, it has. And so,
like last year's game against Michigan ultimately turned out to be an exhibition game with no consequence.
It was a catalyst for what came next
Sure.
from the Ohio State perspective, but you're right. It didn't harm their chances of winning a national title.
If that happened under the old rules, I imagine Ohio State looks a lot different right now.
Oh, I don't know if Ryan would have.
That's
yeah,
what
I don't
mean.
know. I don't know.
That's what I mean. That is one of the greatest inflection points that in probably Ohio State history, in the sense that had it been a 14 playoff, their season's over. They lose to Michigan again. It is total chaos. Day could be out. Program could look completely different. Boosters are mad. S is like, what is the return? Everybody's going nuts.
All of those things are true. Yeah.
But because it's almost like it didn't happen because they won the national championship. Yes, you could say that's what lit the fire, but the reality is one of the things that was cool about college football as a casual, college football Nate, was that like there were consequences for losing to somebody you shouldn't lose to.
Yeah.
And that might, like, you want to win the national championship, you can't have those.
No. I mean, 2005, Ohio State loses at home to Texas, and they don't get back in the national title hunt. That was in September. Now, they lost to Penn State that year too, but that early loss, and that was it. Same thing. Next thing happens the next year in 2006 when Ohio State goes down there and beats Colt McCoy, defending national champion Texas. Texas can't get back in the mix.
Well, it's like
so it was a if you lose it, it better be close and it better be to a ranked team or it's held against you forever. Like in the old BCS days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now, I mean, honestly, the greed has legislated it out because they need more money. They need more money.
How many? The Buckeyes lost how many last year?
Twice.
Yeah.
Lost to Oregon, and then Michigan.
Yeah, and it used to be like, you could lose one, and especially early.
Yeah,
and then if you ran the table,
but you needed help too.
But you needed help. Yes,
yeah.
It wasn't a guarantee. That's the only thing that's like a little bit of a bummer is that you're right. Like this game, super hyped up. Texas Buckeyes, biggest college football game of the year, biggest opener ever. It really doesn't matter what the outcome is.
No, and both sides, I've talked to a lot of folks down from Austin this week. Both sides believe that they're going to see the other one again.
Uh-huh.
Like this is the first of 2. It feels a lot like the Oregon game last year when it felt like, okay, we very well could see you guys again, whether now you thought it was going to be in a Big Ten championship game, but it ended up being in the national quarterfinal.
Yep.
But you kind of felt like, okay, we'll probably see you again. What's going to really suck is when you have a situation where Ohio State and Ohio State and Michigan play at the end of the year, and they both make the playoff, and then they play again. Because theoretically, you could play Ohio State Michigan 3 times in a year.
Yeah,
you could play it end of the season, conference championship game, and in the playoff. No one wants that.
No, that's too much.
It's too much. I don't think they can save that part of it. I think that ship has sailed. I think we are in the found money stage of college football,
100%,
and they
I
have
get
to
it.
figure out how to increase their value to television partners almost relentlessly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where they're at right now. So you're just going to get more games, a bigger playoff. It's going to go to 16 teams. Like, that's where we're headed. And it does suck. It does suck. From a talent standpoint, though, what you're going to see this weekend, if you want, in every window is basically all of the major prospects in college football playing talent equate games, which is rare. It's rare that you get that. Like, the defensive talent at Texas matched up against that receiving core at Ohio State. Arch Manning against the back seven of Ohio State, which I think is the best in the country. That is endlessly fascinating. Garrett Nussmeier.
Gee, man.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Bo.
Gee.
I'm in here making a salient point,
Yeah.
driving it home.
He always
hammer
comes in
and
in a
nail,
big way.
And this guy comes in a big way.
Big way.
I didn't even know you're in the building. Guy just slides in to give a seat. Look at him.
Dude, G-Man was doing stats for the Rams radio broadcast.
What a time to be alive.
Maybe, just maybe, you're going to be seeing a little bit more.
Oh,
of
baby.
G-Man.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's
go.
Come on.
All right, because I don't know when I'm going to be ripped from
Well,
your
you got a
bosom.
little- I think you
I
got a
don't know when.
You have one more segment, I think.
Oh, you're here till I say you're done.
Well, I don't know that that's true.
That's definitely not true. And this is not
You're
me
here for a
against
little
you.
while
This
longer.
isn't me against you.
I was told 1:45, and I'm not sending you down till a minute.
But is it what's next?
No, next we're going to do some camp awards.
Okay. I
cameras.
want to talk about what may be some of the most beautiful uniforms I've ever seen.
Oh, we didn't.
Not
I
the
didn't even put
Niners
that
one.
in.
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
doing that, are you?
What Niners one? I haven't seen that.
Well, I don't know what you are talking about.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead, do it now. I don't know what
Talking
you're
about the Buffalo Bills cold front uniform. You've not
Oh,
seen
I've
this?
seen that, but I have also seen what the Niners are wearing, what the Cardinals are wearing, the Seahawks are wearing, the
Yeah,
Rams
there's
are wearing.
7 teams that are, or
The
8
Dolphins
teams
are
rivalry
wearing.
teams.
Who's the other? Who did I miss?
The Patriots one is.
Yeah.
Patriots. I think Patriots it's fine.
Here's the thing
The
that-
Niners one I can't
Okay.
stand.
I haven't seen it. Pull that up for me.
Do you want
see-
to here? Why don't we do it during the
these.
break? Give you a chance to pull everything
Yeah, I've
up.
seen those.
Yeah, dude.
Why don't we?
But here, I have a problem with it, and I'm going
All
to
right,
tell you
so-
what it is right after this.
In addition to that, we'll hand out some training camp awards. Those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospitals.
Tikka masala.
Be careful with that. Official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Browns High School Game of the Week, presented by Ohio Cat, showcases top matchups, rising stars across Northeast Ohio. Each week, fans vote for the Game of the Week to see. The winning team earns $3,000 in funding plus spotlight coverage on the Browns' social channels. So there you go. All right, you've had a chance to look at everything?
Well, no, because I'm just mesmerized by this. You pull up the not good. I'm going to stay with the good. But here's my problem with it.
Okay.
Here's my problem with it.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So you've seen these.
I have.
J-Mac, can we throw a photo of this up there? Is that possible? Is that in our skill set?
The 49ers.
Oh, God. Horrible. The Niners are terrible. The Niners one's terrible. I don't even need to see that again. That's it's borderline blasphemous.
It's just awful
It's awful.
to not have a gold hat on.
They could have that actually with a gold hat would look pretty good. It would look like
good
Saints
with it. Yeah, it would.
but
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that doesn't make me happy. So the Bills one though is beautiful.
It is. I agree with you. I think they crushed it.
All right, I'm trying to.
So
find
they're
going to
play New England. They play New England. So the matchup, and this is Nike is basically doing to the NFL what they do in the NBA with the City Connect. So they're calling these rivalry uniforms.
Yep, which is fine.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
Go nuts. Whatever you got to do.
So here's my problem.
All right.
Okay. The jersey's fine, and I like the font. The jersey's fine. It just has to have a gold hat. Or they end up in some type of like a Cardinals where it's like a black, matted black with just a red logo outlined on black. Like that would be fine too. But that's jersey fine. Actually, jersey probably good. I bet the gear are associated with this, like
Probably
the hoodies
all right.
and stuff. Great.
I like the font.
Yeah, because it's very classic. The rest not great. But this Bills one, if you put that up there, that is, and if not, it's absolutely stunning. It's their iced out one. It's white. It's a silver number with a blue outline.
Yep.
Okay. Now here's the thing, and clearly they're just like allowing for these uniforms you to go outside the colors that are your colors,
which is very rare for
so
the
that
NFL.
does not happen.
No.
So back in the year, I think it was either 2013 or 2014. These were the AFC Pro Bowl uniforms.
Oh, I remember those. Those were clean. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to do, when I was back being duped about what our uniforms look like, I wanted to do a home uniform that was like
Shout out to
this.
the bosses on that.
That was white pants, orange stripe. You had a white jersey with kind of silver numbers that popped like those with an orange outline to them. Based
Very
really
similar to
off
those,
of those Pro Bowl uniforms. And I was told you can't have any silver or gray if that's not a part of your logo, colors, whatever.
Right.
So, and look at
There
them. I
it
mean,
is.
those are just
They're beautiful.
spectacular. But so they're letting them. So if the Browns, I'm guessing they're going to do 2 divisions a year.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have an opportunity to do something like that. I hope we delve into this.
Yeah.
Like I would want to do our version of that, which would be because they basically stolen my idea here. You're welcome.
They have. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's.
But I'd like to do that. Our version of that.
Yeah.
Would
It's
be
cool.
so good.
All right, so that's Miami and the Jets.
Give me a little more turn on there.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Not much you can do with the Jets. They basically added a black stripe on the shoulder. It's kind of an army green versus a Kelly green.
What helmet are the Dolphins wearing?
Black helmet.
I think with those teams that don't have any traditional.
I mean, the Rams really botched it. I don't even understand what they were going for here.
I don't even know what color that is.
And I also don't know how those two are going to play.
No. The Niners one, the jersey by itself is fine.
Oddly says faithful on the chest for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's
What's that
that's
for?
their thing. That's their fans, the 49er faithful.
There's the last one. So Arizona has like a dust, like a sand. It's like a sand color.
Okay, kind of like blasted with some red rock.
And their helmet is a creme. It's a
I don't
creme
even
with a
know what
cardinal.
team that other one is.
That's Seattle.
Terrible.
Yeah, that is Seattle is the other one.
So these are all bad.
Yeah,
With the
I think so.
exception
I
of the
think
Bills.
I think so. I think they largely are. I think Arizona maybe was onto something a little bit.
Yeah.
With theirs, if they could have,
What's Arizona? Ooh, see that I like that on the Arizona.
So that the Rams are they just oddly
it's
have
a
like
dark navy. It's
dark,
a dark. That's actually not bad.
But then they have a royal blue cap on the sleeve, which I don't
No,
understand.
I don't understand. But that actually looks better with the whole package. Arizona, it's like a sandstorm dusted. But they don't. Do you have any with their helmet?
Yeah. Each one of their home sites have it.
The truth is, all of our throwback stuff.
Yeah,
is
the
just
Jets
the best
weren't.
stuff.
They went black on everything. Like the Jets helmet is black.
The Bills have it right.
The Bills did.
The Bills
right.
is the best
It's
one.
clearly the best one. I don't hate the Patriots.
No, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But that's the best. Yeah, that's definitely the best one.
Yeah, I guess as a one-off. Yeah, there you go. It's not bad.
Oh no, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. And the Arizona logo
Yeah.
on the sleeve, that's pretty good.
yeah. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that as a.
All right, that might be my favorite in the NFC ones.
Yeah,
If the
it kind
Niners
of works for who they are.
if the Niners had a gold helmet that incorporated black into the logo, that would have been cool.
Yeah, yeah.
The truth is, like,
I don't know if you need to do it in the NFL. It seems a little collegey to me, but you got to sell merch, I guess.
it's just a one game, one off.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We have
For
a lot of
17
different
games.
uniforms, though. Like when you think about it, like a lot
Combos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of combos now in the NFL. Like this is, and Nike does this. One thing that I hope
The
never
truth is, though, they're not selling like pants. So you have
No.
like the jerseys that you have, and that's what they're selling. And
the thing,
helmets.
the thing that's the thing that I hope doesn't happen is what's happened in the NBA. How you can't tell who's home or who's away. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like all that
No.
mismatching. Like light at home or dark at away, whatever it's going to be. But like, I don't like this notion of wear anything anywhere type thing.
I always thought that was one of the odd things that for the longest time NFL was color at home, white on the road,
Except for
and-
the Cowboys.
and the NBA was always white at home, color on the road. Now it's you never know what's what.
NBA always used to be exactly. NHL flipped. So the NHL used to be white at home, color on the road, and then like 15 years ago, Bettman switched it. So now they wear color at home, and they wear the white on the
sweater.
road. The one thing that's kind of cool if you wear white at home, though, is you get to all the other colors of the league come through.
Yeah, I like
which is
that.
kind of cool.
I just think it should just be standard.
Yeah, I
don't
just
think
think
it
like
should be
whatever you are, like the Cowboys wear white at home. That's their tradition. For the longest time in the '80s, we wore white at home.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the Bernie stuff is he's white over white, which is my favorite uniform we have. But
The
so,
NFL
like, it
is the
just
home team
depends.
gets to pick.
Yeah,
Which is fine. There's some
fine.
strategy in that because you could say early in the season when it's hot, we want to be white at home and have them, be in their, dark colors.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All right, you want to hand out some training camp awards?
I do.
All right, here we are, 2025 training camp awards, as decided by Dr. Z. Best rookie. This is inspirational. This music in the background. Nice job, Kev.
There are a lot of them, but I'm going to go with Carson Schlesinger. Harold Van, honorable mention.
I think that's the right one. Most improved player from last year to this year.
Jamari Thrash.
Jamari.
This is good. This is a good segment.
Very good. Best position room on this football team that's not the defensive line.
These are straight questions. I've already done this game.
I haven't done this game.
No, you haven't done this game, but I've done this game.
Yeah.
You might hear this game later on tonight.
I know you will, as a matter of fact. I'm going to say the offensive line. Honorable mention, the tight end room.
Biggest question you have going into the Bengals game.
This one I didn't do.
Ah, there we go. See?
Oh, curveball.
Mr.
Will
Show,
Quinshawn
Mr.
Judkins sign? Please.
No.
When Sean signed.
That's really the biggest question. And then the other one would be
Who's the corner?
who's the nickel?
Who's the nickel corner?
And I
I
think
got a
it's-
runner-up for you. How much can Isaiah Bond impact this offense so quickly?
A
Yeah.
great deal, I think.
Yeah,
But, like, you need him.
Well, you
Yep.
do, and you need, you need. Well, the combination of him and Flacco gives you a wrinkle that you didn't
Yep.
anticipate having.
Yep.
So I think that's part of it too. Finally, your training camp most valuable player. Not Miles.
Joe Flacco.
That's the one.
I choose Ben Richards.
Yeah, it's Flacco.
Would you like to know your 5 captains for the 2025
Can I guess?
season? You may.
Joe Flacco,
Yes.
Joel Bitonio,
Yes.
Myles Garrett,
Yes.
Denzel Ward,
Yes.
Corey Bojorquez.
Yes.
Jeez, what a job.
I was going to say, G-Man's like, he knew.
I didn't think he knew. I think he
That's
just did
right.
it.
That's right.
G-Man's got headphones on.
He just
How
said
does
it.
he know?
He didn't miss a
He's
beat.
back for an hour, and he's back weighing in on everything.
G-Man.
Gee, man, come on.
Where's your
man.
bread buttered, bro?
In the kitchen.
It's funny. Like it's you think about those names and the veteran nature of like Joe Flacco and Joel Bitonio captaining the offense. Like you
Yeah.
think about
That's
the
why it's so
wars.
unique that this.
such a unique. Yeah, unique's the right way to. It's just a wild roster.
Yeah.
The
12 rookies. I think it's if you add in first and second year players, I think it's 19 rookies or second guys going into their second who have 1 season of experience. Like that's wild. That is a wild.
Yeah,
That's wild.
It really is. There's all of them. There's all of them right there, kind of together.
Buffalo's still my favorite. Patriots not bad.
I think Patriots is okay. I think
Niners should have had no. If the Niners had no stripe on the helmet, I'd be a little. And the face mask had to be
face mask
black.
has to be black. Yeah.
I would be more into it. Dolphins actually looks really good. Arizona looks really good.
You guys should have went something other than black. You've worn the blackout uniform.
they have the
before.
blackout.
They have it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona is pretty cool.
I think one.
Yep, Buffalo.
I think 2.
Yeah,
Arizona's
Arizona.
2 for me, and then I would go Patriots 3.
I like the way that Dolphins one looks from what I can see. The black and teal together is nice.
It's a bit of a cheat code with that.
It is.
Because you get kind of the Miami Knights, Miami Heat kind of thing is what
Yep.
you get with it. Then I would think Niners. I don't understand the Rams with the blue on the sleeves. I don't get that at all. The Seahawks one doesn't make any sense. I actually think the Jets did okay with what they
The
have.
Jets are fine, but then we've seen them have a black uniform for.
Yeah, we have. So those are the things that you got to do in those matters. All right, I think you have to go do some things. We're going to head to the podium coming up next. Browns Assistant General Manager and Vice President of Player Personnel, Glenn Cook, addressed the cut downs, the practice squad, all of that. We'll have it for you coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We are presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Think you know the ultimate Browns fan? Nominate a super fan in your life now for their chance to win 2 tickets and an exclusive trip to Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. Visit Browns.com/fan of the year to nominate today. And now we head from the podium, presented by Vivid Seats. Purchase official fan experience package today for the ultimate game day. Here's Browns Assistant General Manager and Vice President of Player Personnel, Glenn Cook.
So we feel like we're in a pretty good spot.
You're down 11.5.
Back to before the draft, and we kind of set some goals in terms of, you know, what we wanted to do with our asset base and then also our talent base. And from our first pick in Mason up until now with the 2 trades and the 2 claims we made, we feel like we put ourselves in a good spot to start the season. The young guys have done a great job. You know, coaches talked about the development and kind of accounting for every minute of their day, and I think you see just the work they've put in across the board on both sides. And even today, Carson's making plays on the ball, Harold, just Dylan making throws. So just they will continue to grow and develop, but we feel really good about where they are and just excited to keep adding to the team and assessing where we are as a roster.
Can you give us any insight whatsoever into where things stand with the Moonshiners?
I can't. I'll let Andrew address that. You know, like he'll update you when the time is right, Mary Kay, but there's no update.
And can I just maybe follow up on that? And I don't know if you can answer this or not either, but the fact that you went ahead and signed Rocket today, does that speak to whether or not Moonshine?
I think what it more speaks to is just, you know, like in August you may feel like you're deep at a certain spot, and you get to January and, you know, there's a scarcity available. So I think looking at us taking a step back, assessing what's available at the marketplace, at the cut downs, you got to go get a player like this who, you know, you look up in October, you might not have a chance to get. We're just excited to get the talent, give him to the coaching staff, and let them deploy him the best way they see fit.
Can you talk about the Kenny Pickett trade and how that kind of evolves?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think you guys know how we are just in terms of being active in that transaction when it comes to trades. And so there's just a lot of conversation. Andrew, you know, will at some point loop us in and get our thoughts on it. And we just work as a group to collab on, hey, is this the best decision for us? You know, what level of pick or asset do we want in return? And it's just something we work through, you know. So at times it happens over 24 hours. Sometimes it takes a few weeks. It was one of those things where we worked through it and felt good about the group and felt good about the room and thought it was the best decision for the team.
That you approached the Raiders about, or the Raiders approached you?
I think it was just like a fluid conversation across the board, you know, and it's just obviously they had an injury, and it made sense for both sides to have some conversation and consummate a trade.
You may have 10 to 13 rookies on this roster by the time of the Cincinnati game. How much of a priority was it to repopulate the team with young players that weren't able to for the last 3
years? Yeah, I think it was more about, like Kevin talked a lot about, like the competitiveness, like raising the level of competitiveness. And if you're going to talk about being a team that competes, you know, it's opening up the roster spots to whoever earns it. And I think that's more of a sign of those young guys coming in, no matter where they came from, how they were acquired, and sort of earning it every day. And so I think it just so happens that it's a lot of young players. I wouldn't say we intentionally said if you're younger, you know, you are a priority, but we also were open to, hey, you know, if you're Aiden Huntington and you show us that you deserve to be on the roster, you know, you're going to be on the roster. So I think it speaks more to that than some specific, like, intentionality around age.
But is there any concern that 12 rookies is too many?
No. You know, like Kevin says, all our guys are developing, you know, from top to bottom. And I know this is a weird analogy maybe, but Miles is working on something. He's trying to develop his craft. You know, like I said, Aiden, he's trying to develop his craft. So we'll never stop developing. You're going to always have guys that need to work on something. And the youth is something we'll work through. We're willing to allow the players to grow into their role on the team. And understand you may take some lumps, right? Like you may take some lumps here or there. But we try to balance thinking short-term and long-term, and that goes into all the decisions.
Would you like to have a veteran quarterback in the practice squad?
We'll see. You know, we'll work through. You know, this is the 53 today and the 16 in terms of our practice squad. Kevin and AB, I'm sure, will discuss where we sit holistically as the roster, and we're always going to be tweaking and working through what's the best fit for us.
What have you seen so far out of Isaiah Bond when you're watching him in the game and out here practicing?
Yeah, he's come to work every day. Like you obviously, you know, we have a lot of assessment and evaluations on him coming out, and we understand that he can run and make plays, and so he's really shown kind of who he is. And we'll let Kevin figure out how to use him and how much to use him and when to. But, you know, he's kind of done what we've asked so far in terms of integrating into the team and just the overall organization.
With the backup quarterback being a play away, you
you've been here a few years, so you know how that Ferris wheel tends to spin
100%.
here. Why are you guys so confident that Dylan Gabriel's ready to step on the field?
Yeah, I think like Kevin said, I think it's you look at the work he's put in every day. You take the foundation of his college career and his experience and all the things that he did in college as well. Like, it's a running eval, it's a running resume, and so I think he just put a lot of trust. He gained a lot of trust from the coaching staff just in terms of how he worked, and we feel good about it. So, look, every player is a player away, and I know Dylan's going to prepare and put himself in position, and if he needs to be ready, he'll be ready.
How does the formation of the practice squad kind of factor into, kind of hand in hand with what you guys do with the 53?
Specifically, like
just how you use it as sort of, you can kind of pull from it, with the way that the players you have on it.
Yeah, I think we have a pretty good grasp of like how the rules have evolved and the different things you can do with it, and so it gives you some flexibility. And Andrew's big about maintaining optionality across the roster. So, if you can have a player on practice squad who in past you could not have had because of our accrued seasons, it does give you an opportunity to, develop some depth or pull up a player who can contribute in a way that doesn't harm the 53. So it gives you flexibility at the end of the day. And so we try to take advantage of it as much as we can.
Kevin mentioned you guys having like your evaluations on a lot of these guys, like especially the two guys you signed today, from the pre-draft process. But when so many players kind of enter this pool all at once from yesterday to today, how do you guys kind of go about like sorting through that? Is it almost like a big board where you have like certain guys that you remember from when you were looking at them? Like how do you just kind of?
Yeah, I know Adam, our director of player, looking to go home and kind of take a step back and breathe. Really, it's like from the start of camp, like it's a filtering process. It is pretty similar to the draft where you continue to work to that number and real pool of players who will be available, and you try to find that intersection of they're available, we like them, we can get them, and so it is very similar. And you work through, okay, how's this team depth chart, how they're looking, what's the health of their roster, how have they behaved in the past in terms of maybe going heavy at a certain position, going light at a certain position, and you just pull all those things together and we're all trying to predict, hey, this guy's going to get cut, he's going to make it, and make some fair forecast on the pool, and then we dive into just evaluating them. So we take all our different parts of the evaluation, the film, all the other data that we have, and pull in as a team. To Kevin's point, in terms of medical history, combine, pro days, all of that is baked into it, which is why it's so important for us on the front end to get it. And we go after the guys we hope we can get.
What do you like? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You go. What do you like specifically about Aiden Huntington?
I mean, it's him, right? Like I think he embodies what we talk about when we talk about toughness, competitiveness. Our scouts from back in January were excited about him. It's one of those things where he played in a defense where he played on the edge. We talk about wanting to get off the ball, launch and be aggressive, play in the backfield. And, our scouts were really pushing like, hey, we think he can do it. We never know, right? And then you go through the combine process. He tests on his pro day, blows it out of the water, and you just continue to get these data points that, man, this kid may have something in his body. But, again, we don't know. He shows up. We don't get him pads until August. Right? Like you got to take the eye in the sky at some point and trust what you see in the guy. And it's been, you're happy for him, right? Because, there's a lot of disappointment in not getting drafted. But for him to still be able to earn a spot and do it in the fashion that he did, I think was awesome.
Glenn, just to go back to Isaiah from the front office perspective, because I know Kevin's talked about a little bit about going into the decision and what made you guys comfortable with bringing him in, but just from your perspective, can you explain the reasoning of that, given his case and the other players on this roster who have had similar?
Yeah, I'll just reiterate, like for every case, and Andrew has said it, we're going to do our work. We're going to take everything we know about the player, everything we know about each situation, and make the best decision for the org, right? And so I don't think it's any different in his case. We expect him to come in and, like I said, integrate himself into the team and organization and be the best version of himself, and so far he has done that.
What about Gage? He was obviously impressive this summer. What do you think is next for him in terms of...
I don't know. A lot of it comes down to how much opportunity he's one of those dudes where he wants to challenge. Like, he transfers from Miami, Ohio to go to South Carolina because he wants to compete and prove that he can play on the big stage. He gets there, has a few injuries, and maybe his college season doesn't go the way he wants it. But you saw that mindset out here every day. He didn't say many things, but in terms of in between the white lines, like, the young man's competitive. And so I think he will earn, the reps that he deserves, and Kevin and the coaching staff will deploy him the best way we can and the best way they see fit. But again, he's just another example of when you get a chance, and Kevin said about staying ready. He was one of those guys who was just ready to take hold of all the opportunities he got.
Well, obviously, Kenny's the one who ended up getting dealt, but you have quarterbacks on this roster. Did you feel any phone calls about those rookies or even Michael?
Say the last part.
Did you get any phone calls on Kenny or on Dylan or Shador?
Nah, I wouldn't get into like we specifically got phone calls on them. Like we took a number of calls just on trades, period. But specifically to the Qs, you'd be surprised.
One more. Glenn, it seemed like watching this D-line throughout training camp, like there's so much depth, so many guys that can create pressure. Just how happy are you guys with where that unit stands right now, especially when you have guys like Alex and Isaiah, where it's taken a couple of years, but it seems like they're really coming out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a position that takes, sometimes takes a little time to develop. And so you want as much depth as you can have. We'll never apologize for having as many big guys on both sides of the ball as we can. So, like today we feel good about it. Like I said, August to October can look different. So we tried to load up and have as many guys that can contribute, be versatile, play different roles up front on both sides. And so, we feel good and are excited about that group. Appreciate y'all.
All right, there you go. Assistant General Manager Glenn Cook at the podium here on Cleveland Browns Daily. Hey, Browns fans, enter the Dog Dash sweepstakes presented by Milkbone for a chance to have your pup compete in the annual dog races during halftime of the Browns-Dolphins game on October 19th. Grand prize includes 2 season tickets for the 2026 season and Milkbone for a year. Visit clevelandbrowns.com/milkbone to enter. Second hour of the program, including Gibbe one-on-one with Luke Whipler. We got a mailbag to get into as well. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom with the Bally Bet Sportsbook app. Download today, get 50 back in bonus bets. You place the first wager of 10 or more. Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Now here is Gibbe one-on-one with Brown center Luke Whipler.
All right, guys, thank you very much.
You're down 7.5.
We're Brown center, and number one, it's great to see you back on the field here. I can't imagine what the past year has been like, going down in the preseason and then out for the season. What did you learn from sitting out?
Yeah, I think, anybody that's been through a significant injury, you always think, you have mental toughness and certain things figured out in life. And those things kind of bring you to your knees a little bit and teach you a lot about yourself and how to overcome things, I always like to kind of use the saying, things are never as good, never as bad. But in those moments, it's kind of hard to see that. And having to push through that has definitely shown me another side of myself and a side of resiliency that I didn't know I have.
I know in the off season you were here every day. I don't know there were many days, even when the team had an off day, that you weren't in the building doing something or working out.
Yeah, I love it here. I love being in Cleveland. It's very nice to, not have to sit in traffic like I do back home. So I try to be here as much as possible in the off season especially. So, I think for the most part of the last season I was here every day in meetings, even though, it was a tough season. Being around the guys definitely made it a lot easier. Just the camaraderie is the thing you think you miss the most in those situations when you're on IR and, you're not playing every day. You're not in the field with the guys, just being in the meeting room, getting the little, jokes and all that stuff, it's always fun. So, I was here, and then the offseason just stayed around, trying to get in the best shape I can preparing for the year. And, I'm happy to be healthy and back out here this season.
Here with center Luke Whipler. Was there a moment during preseason or in training camp where maybe the ankle got a test and you were like, okay, I'm good? Was there a scary moment and then that allowed you to push through and move on?
Yeah, I feel like, especially going into OTAs and everything, you're kind of unsure, just
Sure.
going through, the rehab process. You push as hard as you can, but it's very hard to simulate football, especially for an offensive lineman. Receivers can go run routes, quarterbacks can go throw the ball. It's all pretty relative, but for an offensive lineman to have another 300-pound man pushing against you, it's kind of hard to simulate that if you're not on the field doing it in a organized setting. So, coming out to OTAs, there's definitely some moments that, stepping back on it, you're kind of like, okay, is it going to hold, or is it going to be, what it always was? And I'm happy to say it came back just the way I thought it would. And just like a big shout out to our athletic trainers and everyone that helped me in the rehab process.
All right, new offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Mike Bloomgren running the show for you guys. Long track record, history at the college level and at the pro level. What's he meant to your room here so far?
Oh, he's been great. Having Coach Bloomberg with us every day, and his tutelage and experience, having been at all the places he's been, and like you said, his long list of resume and success that he's had at the college level and in the pro level early in his career, it's been great to have him. He's been able to teach us a lot of things out of toolbox a ton, and I'm just thankful because he understands the center position, having been around guys like Big Mangold and certain, soon-to-be Hall of Famers. It's been awesome to have him in our room.
What's the biggest thing you worked on as you rehabbed last year to come back? What was your biggest goal going into this season? What did you want to work on? What did you see when you studied your film that you needed to improve on?
There's a lot of things, having missed all last year and being able to kind of dive back into, what I was able to do my rookie year. Just being able to be a competent player at guard and center was one big thing that I wanted to make sure I had was, in this league, versatility is everything. So being able to play more than one position was something I really wanted to do, and feeling comfortable at guard and center was one thing I wanted to come to this training camp and prove to myself that I can do both.
What's the biggest difference between playing guard and center?
For a while, when I only played center, I thought it was nothing. What's a couple inches to your right or to your left? It can't be that big of a deal. And then my rookie year getting thrown into the fire and having to learn it on the fly. There's a lot of things that, change when you move those 7 inches, 8 inches over. So it was just playing in space, being, not built like Joe or Wyatt, and having been around those guys, having seen the way they do things, trying to emulate them the best I can because, they're some of the best in this league has to offer. So having their leadership and even Ethan Poe, having those guys to look up to, having to teach me, I got very, very lucky.
I was going to say, in addition to the coaching staff, a lot of veteran leadership in that offensive line room. What was the best piece of advice maybe you got as you got through this rehab process?
Probably the best piece of advice I got was, some days they're going to be better than others. And, whenever you think you're at the top of the mountain and you think, oh, maybe I'm finally there, there's always another little peak or valley that you got to get through. And that was one thing that I was told. And, it wasn't trying to do it all in one day too. It's like you weren't going to be 100% tomorrow as much as you tried to be. You just had to attack every day and try to get 1% better.
Here with Luke Whipler, center for your Cleveland Browns. You did play at The Ohio State University. Kind of a big game coming up on Saturday. Has there been a lot of trash talk here on this football team? There's a lot of Buckeyes already entrenched here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you going down to the game or anything? Or do you have a place to watch here?
Yeah, I think actually Saturday I've made plans. I'm going to go cheer on the New Jersey team coming to town to play St. Edwards this weekend. Saturday, so I'll be there probably watching it on my phone. So I think the games are at the same time. So, I'm be rooting for the Buckeyes, horns down as always.
Amen to that. All right, going back to playing center here. You had 4 quarterbacks. You have 5 quarterbacks at one point here. Is there a big difference when you're the center and dealing with all those guys, or is it just same thing, snap, protect, and stick to your protection plan?
Yeah, I think that's really how it goes. I mean, no matter who's back there, you got to protect them, and you got to get them the ball to start to play. And once you cover those 2 things, it makes life a lot easier. So no matter who was back there, that was my first 2 priorities, was make sure I get them the ball and make sure my guy doesn't touch them. So no matter who was back there, those are the kind of the 2 checkpoints I wanted to make sure I got done every play.
As you get ready for the season, you get Labor Day weekend off. Obviously, you said you're going to watch a little high school football, watch a little Buckeyes as well. Did you do anything fun this offseason? In addition to where I know you were here every day,
yeah,
but like there were some times where the building was locked and none of us were allowed back in.
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun?
Yeah. I mean, I played a lot of golf. I think that was a big kind of time crunch of my off season was playing golf. Me and my brother made it out to Pebble Beach this year, which was very exciting.
All
and
right.
that was a beautiful course to play, beautiful track, and that was kind of a bucket list for me. So I got to check that off, which was a lot of fun.
Any pars?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
It was early in the year, so didn't really have much on grass. Hitting the ball above or below my feet.
I get it.
But we lost a lot of balls and had a really good time, and that's all that really matters.
At a course like that, you're going to lose a ton of golf balls. You got to deal with it and understand that you're playing one of the best courses maybe in the world.
Oh,
so.
it was beautiful, yeah.
All right, how's the chess game?
Chess game's getting better. It was pretty funny. I saw Coop just got signed to Vegas, and I was joking with one of my buddies from Ohio State, Tommy Eichenberg. I'm like, you better make sure you brush up on your chess. There's Amari's coming because, I haven't been playing a lot lately, but I got to get back on chess.com and get rolling a little bit.
All right, Luke Whipler, I appreciate the
Thank
time.
you.
Wish you all the best this season. It's so
Appreciate
great
it.
to have you back on the football field, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
That dude's a stud. I bet he's in Columbus tomorrow.
So I asked him, funny, he will not be in Columbus.
Really? Where's he
I said,
going?
where are you going? He said, my high school from Jersey is playing St. Ed's Saturday afternoon.
That's cool.
He goes, I will be at Lakewood Stadium.
Oh, man, that's fun, too.
And I was like, well, that's
nice.
He goes, don't worry, I'll have the phone, I'll have the game going. But he's like,
By the way, who the heck at St. Ed's is scheduling that at that time?
Fumble.
What are we doing, fellas?
Yeah, I don't. How about Saturday night?
Yeah, do it under the lights.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you don't play that. What time did he say? 3 o'clock?
I thought it was like a 1 o'clock kick.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's.
I don't know for sure, but I know it's during the Ohio State Texas game.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go about your business.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: if you're going, you're a former Buckeye great.
Yep.
Are you there Friday night for the partying? Like, where are you
for
staying,
sure
and
you
how
are.
are you?
Oh,
how are you doing this?
You have alumni things that are stacked up upon stacked up, and yeah, you're downtown, you're in the short north, you're bouncing around campus. If you're young, you're bouncing around campus. If you're older alumni, then you're rubbing shoulders and elbows with the folks who run the town. So they'll do it right, and there will be a massive invasion. I mean, the thing about it with noon. Like, all of Texas has to be there today. All their fans, all of it, McConaughey, that whole bit, all of that has to be there.
McConaughey will be there.
You will be there. Yeah. Well, he's like the ambassador of cool for them or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think he's part of Big Noon.
Well, he always comes on that show, but he actually has some role. Sarcasm have some role with Texas. Like, he has some role with the football team. For whatever it is. I mean, he acts like he's a defensive coordinator. But yeah, he'll be there with bells on. So they're not bringing Bevo though. No Bevo.
No. Are they bringing is Texas bringing their band? Like, where are they putting those? Where are they putting the band? Because didn't they redo or renovate the stadium, or the way that they're doing it? Maybe the band.
So they have. Yeah, now they're having 2 student sections. So there's the Block O and the South stands, and then they're doing a student section in the North stands as well. So I'm not sure how they're configuring the bands for all of that. I would think Texas's band would come.
I would think it's kind of a big deal.
I mean, you're Texas. Like, come on.
You can afford everything.
You can afford to do it. So I would assume that they would. I think logistically for Bevo, it probably wasn't worth it to trailer him up there. But yeah, I would assume all of that is going to take place.
I can't. It still sucks that it's noon, but
yeah,
it's going to be an amazing atmosphere down there.
It's going to be great, and it'll be great down there tomorrow night. It'll be great down. I'm sure there's some Texas folks who are getting in tonight. It'll have that juice to it. You're going to be able to feel the energy for it. It's a shame that it's not at night, because it's funny when you hear people around Ohio State talk about the 05 Texas game, they talk about it with such reverence because of how great it all was. The atmosphere was awesome. And all that. Were you there?
Yeah. So 850, I think I had Rhoda set up down there. We were at Panini's on High Street.
Okay. Yeah.
And we were upstairs, and we did our own Buckeye pregame show from there, and like we did Friday afternoon and Saturday because I just stayed with buddies.
Yeah. So they people talk about that game with such reverence. Ohio State lost that game.
They did.
It's, Justin Zwick, Ryan Hamby off the hands, and that seals it. But that's Vince Young, and that leads them to eventually win the national title. But people talk about that game with such reverence if they were there. That's what happens when you get night. I heard Mac Brown yesterday talking about playing in that, and he said it's the hardest environment he's ever coached in was Ohio Stadium at night. It's just different at noon. And they're trying a bunch of things. They have a new sing-along song that they're going to try to get everybody to sing. They're going to do like the terrible towel thing with
but they
red
didn't
towels.
Take your idea for the sing-along.
No, they blew it. They tried to implement it, but they didn't do enough to get it. Like, you needed to make people more aware of it. So they picked a band I had not heard of, but it's a Central Ohio band. So they're going to have a sing-along thing. They're going to have some music stuff as well. The Great Miles walking by. They're going to have all sorts of like musical tributes and stuff that happen throughout the show as well. So over the course of the 3.5 hours. So we'll see.
Okay.
We're bringing 850 back down there.
There you go. Where are you guys at, Kev?
University Square. Myself and Nick Paulus will be there from 8 to 10, and then the national ESPN radio. We're like basically broadcasting out of their Airstream. So
are you credentialed? Are you going?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we are. So we'll be
Have you
there,
been?
And, hopefully. I have not, which is crazy. Like things have just gone, different directions where had opportunities and then they went awry. So this will be the first time and looking forward to it.
So you and Nick are both credentialed?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you're going to. Yeah.
As long as you don't have the seat behind the pole in the press box, you'll be fine.
That'll be my luck.
Their press box now is so massive. I mean, it's a triple-decker press box, and it's all a wall of windows. So there's only like one that's kind of tricky, but I think you're going to be fine. I think the other thing for this weekend why it's going to be fine is the national media is going to be so spread out because there's LSU, Clemson, there's Florida State, Alabama, there's Miami, Notre Dame. There's so many games this weekend. Obviously, the big majority of them will be at this game, but there's so many games this weekend that I think it'll get spread out, and you're going to enjoy it, man. Do me a favor. This is the craziest thing about my first game at Ohio Stadium. Be in the press box, seated and like locked in by, I would say, no later than 11. Because what's pretty crazy about Ohio Stadium that's different than any other place I've ever been is you don't go to the bathroom because the band's playing.
Correct.
Like
the band released their schedule yesterday, and it almost broke the internet.
Yeah.
Like, here's what time we're marching to Skull Session. Skull Session, I think, is 9:45.
10:30 is when Skull Session starts, but I'm guessing the band is there by 9:45 to get locked in and get everybody full. But the people will talk at Skull Session at 10:30, and then they walk right over.
Yeah.
So, in a way, you go. So, yeah, if you can get to Skull Session, Kev, go to that. That thing, that's crazy to see like 20,000 people in a 15,000 people.
But like the band, I think, starts at 11:30 on the field.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
That would seem to be right, because then you'd get the warm-up. You'd get like all the player warm-up and the lead up to that, and your credential will allow you down on the field, Kev, before the
Yeah.
game. Go down there
Before, yep.
and mill around because it'll be a who's who. Everybody is going to go to the game. So be down there on the field for that. I mean, I would even be there like quarter to 11. There's no time that's too early because there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in the lead up to that.
Yeah, I'm ready to soak it all in. That's
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
awesome. It's an all timer, man, and they've never opened with something. No one's opened with something like this. Number 1 against number 2, just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And the chess match of it, you could be in a situation where 2 years from now, the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL draft are starting in this game. If Julian Sayin is what they believe he is, and Arch is who they believe he is, next year it's possible Julian comes out as a redshirt after his redshirt sophomore year, and Arch is a senior. They both could be in that draft in 2027. So could be at the top of the draft, let alone Caleb Downs and Jeremiah and all the rest of it. So, yeah, it's going to be a scene, man. Absolute scene. All right, we've got it is a Mailbag Thursday edition of the program. So get your questions into Gibbe at Browns_Daily. We will get into that, among other things, coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland.
start with just how surprised.
You're down 7 minutes.
And then, equally, how surprised were you that you had this opportunity to come up in Cleveland?
Well, I want to say when it comes down to like being surprised, I was just ready for whatever that came. You know what I mean? That was the key thing for it. So I wasn't surprised or anything like that because I still I feel like I put in a lot of work there and they taught me. They paved the way for me. So I just had my head down and whatever's set for me, that's what I did. So.
How'd you get the nickname Rocket?
So actually, when I was a youngin, so actually the Pop Warner team was called Rockets, and for my speed.
Okay.
What excites you most about the fit that you feel like you can have here with the Browns and everything?
Man, just watching film of Nick Chubb. So whenever I watched him, it was like, and just looking at the scheme of the offense, I felt like they at all perimeters of throwing the ball, pass protection, and just run game as well. So I feel like I fit well here.
You mentioned your speed, but aren't you a big back?
I feel like I got everything when it comes down to being a running back.
Kevin mentioned they had done their homework on you during the pre-draft process. Just curious what that was like. How much did you meet with them? When did you meet with them? And how long were those discussions?
I think I actually met with them at the combine one time. I met with so many people, so much teams at the combine. So I met with them one time, but I don't even remember. I remember.
Were you surprised that you got cut by the Chargers?
I want to say the surprise part of it because I didn't get cut. You know what I mean? I was going to make a stamp. Even if I was on a practice squad. That's my main thing was just getting the opportunity, and I feel like I got an opportunity there. And I took advantage of whatever that came. You know what I mean? And just head down and just kept my faith.
Do you know much about the offensive line here and what you're going to be running behind? Do you know anything about the
Nah, not yet.
What about the running back room? Do you know anybody in the room?
Yeah.
How do you feel like? What kind of a fit is this going to be for you?
Not only, I'm learning everything right now. Today, I came and I was on a flight last night, so just learn. Today is going to be this weekend actually. I'm staying down here, so this weekend going to be a learning thing, just from the player standpoint and then the offense as well.
Along those lines, what are your early impressions of Deuce and working with him as your position coach?
Man, I just like the energy. I like the energy already. He showed the energy today, and I feel like just having that coach with a lot of energy is gonna hype me up every day.
You had a lot of play time in the 3 preseason games with the Chargers. Do you think you could be up and at them for the Bengals game?
Yeah, really, I'm just taking it day at a time. My first day here, trying to get the offense down and taking it one at a time. I'm not worried about the Bengals right now. I'm worried about getting ready for this offense. And learning and just learning everybody's names and everything like that.
What are your strengths as a running back?
I feel like I got it all. I feel like when it comes down to pass protection, running the ball, power, speed, making someone miss. I feel like I got it all.
You had obviously the injuries in 23. How much do you feel like you're getting back after having played last year, getting back to maybe where you were pre-injury?
Say that one more time.
The injuries in 23. How much do you feel like having played last year now, getting back to maybe the form you had before those injuries occurred?
Yeah, well, I say 2024 was my year to show that I was ready and back to that rocket that I wanted to be at. So I feel like that set the stone. That was my key thing going to South Carolina, playing in the same offense that was at Arkansas, just showing that I still got it. That was my year to come back, and I feel like I did that.
Are you close to Gage?
Yeah, Coach, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Just with him being, it's crazy because I was at LA Chargers with D Camp. He had a great preseason as well, and then they best friends for real. So yeah, so me and him talked when we was at South Carolina.
What about? Do you know anything about Quinshon Judkins? And did you ever know him before?
I met him. Yeah, I met him, but not too much. I met him through the combine. We hit each other up during college because little do you know, 2022, me and him was one of the top backs out of the 5. 2022.
I think you guys were 1 and 2 in the SEC in rushing.
Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, we was texting back and forth, and just giving the praise out to each other.
You know Dylan at all?
Dylan, you saying? Oh, the running back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. Actually, I met him at combine as well. Yeah.
So have you been in contact with Quinshon recently? Since you.
No.
No. Are you looking forward to him showing up here too and joining?
I'm worried. I'm worried about myself right now, and just like I said, just getting used to this atmosphere, this weather, everything. Just taking it one at a time. My goal, is to learn the offense, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Where was that Rockets team that you played on as a kid?
It was out in Florida, Palm Bay, Florida. Yeah, so it was Pop Warner team.
So, and somebody gave you the nickname, or did you?
Yeah, so actually, like after our Pop Warner year of Rockets, that's when it came up, and then one of my coaches, my head coach, actually gave me that name, and then I just rock with it.
So, did you score like every time you touch the ball, or?
Yeah, shoot, it was we had I was the back growing up that like get the ball and just run straight outside zone. Even if it's inside zone, I run outside zone. So that's how I showed my speed.
Does anyone call you Raheim?
Other than my mom, my mom got tremendous names, So teammates call me Rocket. Yep.
What was your 40 time?
I think it was 4.4. I ran a 4.4. Yep.
How much do you think playing in the SEC?
Thanks, Rocket.
This one?
Truly, I feel like it prepared me, just to be ready for this level. You know what I mean, and just playing with a lot of guys that's in this level now. I feel like that helped me a lot tremendously.
As a pass catching back, what excites you about maybe Joe Flacco and then some of the other guys you're going to get to work with, Dylan Gabriel, Raheim Sanders?
Just all the quarterbacks, just it's always a pleasure to, work with a lot like great quarterbacks, that just have a lot of history about themselves. And then, I was at Chargers, so just Justin as well. So just feeling good, just make you want to do more when you have a great quarterback in the backfield, which we all got.
So, you talk about you want to learn. So, what is that experience like? You get cut, you get claimed, you have to pack up, move, start over so quickly. What is that like?
Really, like I said, just keeping my faith, and just going from, just undrafted and then playing with the Chargers, learning, just the NFL level. I feel like I wasn't even worrying about like the cut situation, this and that, because, I still put the work in, and, I feel like whenever you put the work in, God gonna find you a place you belong. And I feel like I belong here, and I feel like I belong there as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Impressive young man. Like what you hear from him, certainly. All right, it is a Mailbag Thursday edition. Get your questions into Gibbe at Browns_Daily or on the YouTube stream, and we will answer those coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, this month's winner of the local business platform presented by Minuteman is Ridge Barbershop. Visit ridgebarbershop.com to book your next haircut. Time for the mailbag. Send in your questions to Browns_daily or on the YouTube stream. We can capture those there as well. Hello, Gibbe. Dr. Z has returned as well. Dr. Z, good to see you.
Hello. What have I missed?
Nothing.
No, miss a little, miss a lot. That's what I'm told. That's how I feel about it.
We held it down greatly with a nice large package of sound.
All right, good. Well, here we go. We're back now.
The kid's back.
That's right. Iron Will tweeted at us asking about a coach's show remote. We will be on remote next week for the Stefanski show next Thursday night.
Oh, baby.
Local bar, 14751 Pearl Road in Strongsville.
You will be.
There was a time when we did the program together, and it was a glorious time.
I think what broke me was the one that we taped one in Findlay that seemed a little west even for me.
What was it? We did not go to Findlay. Wait, I was like, did we go to Findlay? I go, no,
damn near.
There was
one way west.
There were some people that had us doing a CBD like in the middle of Amish country.
That happened too.
And I was like, man, that was a little.
That's a long ways.
There
was one that we went. I just felt like I was driving west forever. I was like,
you might have gone to Razzles.
Are we at Put in Bay yet? Like, where are we?
There were some, no doubt.
But we will be at the local bar.
There you go.
That's what it's called, local bar.
That's
I don't
perfect.
know.
I love that.
I've never been.
You know who you ought to get to do it live there? Is our current offensive coordinator. Because he loves a proper local bar. Tommy.
Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah.
Bigly. Yeah, big local bar. Yeah,
I think that might be right up his alley.
Maybe send that out and see if you can maybe get him to come by live.
All right. In honor of Ohio State, Texas, who are each of your top 3 favorite Buckeyes of all time? Ooh. That is from Dog Pound Cleveland Brown.
Well, Threes is my guy. Loved covering him, and he's become a great friend. So he would be at the very top of that list. They've had so many. I think of and I've gotten to know so many of these cats, but the one I always think Eddie, checks a lot of boxes, just because that was more like our era.
Big night tonight.
Yeah. New
era Falcon football.
He's up there, baby.
Mediocrity, no more.
He's up there, baby.
Let's go.
I love it. Yeah, he's going to win the pregame. I would love to be a fly on the wall of that pregame chat that he has for the Falcons tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a scene. My favorite, and then I'm going to go Fields. I think Fields was such a fun time to watch. It was hard to go over Braxton, but I'm going to go Justin Fields as the other one. It was just the most fun guy to just watch play the position. But there's so many.
College football, Nate?
So obviously, my former co-host on this show, Matt Wilhelm. You got to give Wilhelm a shout out.
Matty.
Yeah, Wilhelm. I was actually texting with him this morning. Wilhelm. Yeah, fine.
He's a good man. Very good man. Congrats to his son.
Kids
yeah,
Carolina
Mason going to Carolina. Play with Bill.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, I had Eddie George written down.
Yep.
And then my third one is just because he plays the position that I love, and I just I'm all in. Jeremiah Smith. I'm all in. I feel like he's like Calvin Johnson. How can you not like him?
I think he probably is.
I also wrote down in parentheses I had Braxton, and then Troy Smith was a great college quarterback.
People forget
and fun
he gets
to watch.
His last game is so held against him, that national championship loss to Florida, because they were so incompetent against Florida. But he won the Heisman at the highest. It was either the highest percentage of vote or the most first place votes. Reggie Bush had the other answer to that. Reggie had the other one until Joe won it. Burrow won it most lopsided.
Yep.
But he had that record. And his senior year at Ohio State, he was a force of nature. Yeah.
And he threw a good ball. He wasn't
he had a whip.
Yeah, he could really throw it.
And the crazy thing is he got out of the NFL. He was the one who was supposed to start, and then Flacco in Baltimore, and Flacco was young.
Yep.
And then he got hurt, and then Flacco stepped in and never stepped out of it because it was going to be him there. Of course, he had quarterbacked in San Francisco.
Niners, so to say, yeah.
But then he went out of the league, and then he got back. He went and played in the CFL because he threw on Pro Day. And they were like, whoa, still got a whip.
Come on
so
down.
He went back to the CFL and played for a couple more years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
From our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Browns, Ryan asks, if you were given a death row style quote last weekend, before the NFL and college season started, what would you do?
I'm sorry, what?
A death row style last weekend, like a Last Supper, but it's the last weekend.
Well, I'd like to
And what is the thing you're doing? I got to pick
before
what?
the NFL and college
You get to do whatever you
season
want
start,
that weekend.
What would you do?
I'd like to have a wonderful day with my family. I would like to play some golf.
Yeah.
I would like to eat prime rib. I would like to have a lot of wine.
Yeah.
Mix some tacos in somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet Larry David. And
So-
I would like to
there's one more.
wrestle another match.
That's happening.
That
is 100% happening.
Well, just in this one weekend.
Are we
It's a big weekend.
It's happening.
So the idea was this is like the last thing we do before all the football starts. That's the
Yeah.
idea they're going for. I mean, last weekend we did that. I played golf with the boys and had great meals and yeah, it was nice.
Thomas Howard asks, how many touches do you think Samson gets week 1?
I would put the over-under on his combined rushes and targets at 13.5.
So funny. I said in my head, I mentally wrote down 12.5. So we're in a similar world, my friend. Yeah, 12.5.
Oh, can't wait till we get back to the over-unders. Down goes Gibbe again.
That was stunning.
Did I not? I didn't win last year?
Did he win last year?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like I did.
I think last year he did. It was the year before,
No
I
way.
think. What he
Hold on.
I think I did.
Hold on. I'm
G-Man.
going to look right
You
now.
have the
Hold on.
spreadsheets. You have the
Yeah, I have
spreadsheets. I felt like
I have
maybe you finally won.
documentation. Let's see. Here we go. No, I beat you 45. Hold on. Wait. 45 to 43, brother. Read them and weep. You were up. You were up at one point after week 17. You were up 40 to 38. Then
that's right.
Then I tie you, and at 41-41, these are just.
That's when literally in the middle of the game broadcast, Segura turns around and is like, I got another one.
I got another
Yeah,
Literally
and
on
then
the broadcast.
in the
Never mind the
divisional-
fact that we're
In the divisional round.
That's where we were at.
Yeah, 45-43.
One final one here real quick. If you could sit courtside or field side at any sporting event in history, what would it be?
In history?
In history.
Does it have to be like a real does it have to be one that's
something that
occurred
happened
already
in sports or?
I mean,
what
you
you'd
would have
wanna
picked a
do.
Niners Super Bowl, wouldn't you have?
I mean, yeah, but there would also be something about like sitting front row or field side for, let's call it, if this is made up. So now I'm making it up a little bit, but I know Italy's been the host nation, hasn't it, for the World Cup before?
Oh, yeah.
Like being there for if Italy is in the finals of the World Cup in Italy, or in my Croatia in the finals of the World Cup in Croatia. I feel like that environment would be different than. There's no American sports equivalent to that.
Yeah, no, probably not. I mean, Brazil either played. Did they play in the final and lost to Germany 7-0, or in the semifinal and they were hosts
Semifinal.
and got bombed by Germany 7-0? Yeah, Germany beat Argentina in the final that year. I mean, historically, I was such a big Magic Johnson Lakers fan. Like, it would have been something to be like in my formative age when he hit the baby hook in Boston Garden, and to see like that. On courtside would have been a crazy thing.
It would have been cool to be courtside though for any of the Showtime ones in LA, and you're like, oh, Jack Nicholson sitting
for
next
sure.
to me here.
That's just the one that he won it
totally,
and then they ran out. I mean, that would have been such a cool thing to be
yeah.
a part of. But there's a lot of good ones out there. So much more to come. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, tonight, the Stefanski Show, 7 to 8. Z and Gerard. Coach Isaiah McGuire will join as well.
When we reconvene on Tuesday, it's game week.
Isn't that something?
Oh, baby.
It's crazy. Here we go. It's on, buddy.
Bright bluish hue.
Farmers Market.
Ready for market. 2-for-1 special at the farmers market.
Plums.
2 plums for the price of 1.
Unbelievable. So
One
good.
minute.
We're going to take those Bengals and we're going to wipe off their stripes.
Best when he goes to Bob Duato's the surf shop.
Bob Duato.
surf shop. Unbelievable.
The big shark.
Enjoy your weekend. Hey, enjoy all the college football. Lots of
Let's
good ones.
go.
Every window's good.
Go Bucks.
Should be a good one. Yeah, I think that one will be a classic. Lots of good ones this weekend. A lot of talent on display. The next level
30.
is coming up next. Thanks for listening, everybody. Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland.